Earlier, we told you that the federal government has announced the disbandment of the National Task Force on Prohibition of Illegal Importation, Smuggling of Arms, Ammunition, Light Weapons, Chemical Weapons, and Pipeline Vandalism. Our senior correspondent, Femi Akande, joins me now live from Abuja for more on this development. Femi, this action by government raises a number of questions. One would wonder, is it that the responsibilities of this task force are no longer a priority, or what exactly is happening? What is the implication of this action?
Well, this is not the first time the federal government will make this declaration, and it also shows that on this matter, the federal government is at its wit's end. We know in June last year, the National Security Advisor, no, this year, rather, the National Security Advisor also came out with this same pronouncement, disbanding and declaring the National Task Force as an illegal security outfit. But you know what is curious again to many people is how this same National Task Force declared an illegal outfit was able to find its way into the bill for the establishment of the prohibition of small and light weapons and the proliferation of arms across the country passed by the Senate. And you know what security experts are concerned about is that this National Task Force would in a way be will in a way overlap in the functions of the National Center for the Prohibition of Small Arms and Light Weapons, established in May last year and domiciled in the Office of the National Security Advisor. It is not the first time that we've had this back and forth between the federal government and the National Task Force. It's been ongoing since 2013, when this task force also got a court judgment against the federal government's ban on all its activity. But this judgment was also set aside by an appeal court. But it's been very difficult for the federal government to wield the big stick. But now the federal government is coming out to also instruct other security agencies to enforce its directive of disbanding this National Task Force. So in the coming days, we will be able to tell if precisely this order by the federal government will be upheld.
All right, Femi, one also wonders what becomes the fate of members of this now disbanded task force?
Well, it is not clear as of now, but what the federal government is saying is that there is no legal framework establishing this particular task force. So its operations ab initio have been illegal, and well, I think that would be the responsibility of the financiers and the founders of the National Task Force. The federal government insists that it is an illegal security outfit and should stop its operations across the country. So that would be the headache of the founders of the task force, I want to believe. All the federal government is trying to say is that it has streamlined security operations in the country, and it is all security operations are coordinated by the Office of the National Security Advisor. And as far as that office is concerned, the National Task Force remains unknown to it, and its activities are illegal across the country.
All right, but then with the rising spate of insecurity in the country, at this time, one would actually have expected that a government is looking the way of getting more people involved in the process of clearing, you know, the nooks and crannies of the country of these small and light medium weapons, and then, of course, keeping the country safe, especially as we approach an election year.
Well, I didn't hear that correctly, but you know, the federal government is also, I did hear it clearly, I beg your pardon, but the federal government is also saying that there has been a slight improvement in the security situation across the country. You know, the president gave an order the last time he met with security chiefs. He ordered them to end the killings and violent crimes across the country, and also ensure that they guarantee the safety of lives and property. And it appears as if this time, to a large extent, security chiefs and security agencies in the country are living up to expectation. The president is impressed by how they have been able to reduce the incidence of insecurity across the country, and is also asking them to maintain that tempo and ensure that moving forward, especially as the country approaches the big election next year, that environment is created for the conduct of a free and fair election. and security officers are kept on their toes across the country to ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order and no threat to lives and property. Abosede.
State House Correspondent Femi Akande there for us in Abuja. Thank you, Femi, for that update.